There were no Famicom games released in August, but there was one in September, Galaxian, the first Famicom title from Namco, or rather Namcot. Why does it say Namcot? Well, that was what Namco decided to call its home division, so all the Famicom games we see will show Namcot on the title screen. What does that name mean? Apparently no one at Namco can remember why they chose that name. Possibly it's a severely shortened Namco Home Entertainment. Now I assume that most of you have heard of Galaxian. This was the game that sort of put Namco on the map when it was released back in 1979. It's essentially a souped-up clone of Space Invaders, only the aliens' behavior is a bit more complex. They'll fly down little squadrons and attack you. Also, Galaxian was the first arcade game to use multicolored sprites, so it was very impressive when it first hit arcades. Namco, short for Nakamura Entertainment, had been in the amusement business since the mid-1950s. In the middle of the 1970s, they began to switch from mechanical arcade games to video games, and they became about the biggest arcade manufacturer in existence after the enormous success of Pac-Man. Well, I guess the Famicom Galaxian looks pretty good. The graphics of the original were pretty simple. Everything in the arcade game is here, yet the home version feels a little different somehow. It seems easier for your shots to pass between the rows of aliens. It just sort of plays a little bit differently, though it's very subtle. Other than that, there's really not much to say beyond what you're seeing in these videos. Now you may have observed that Galaxian was never released in the United States. One rather odd fact, the US arm of Namco didn't have any sort of home entertainment division back in the 1980s. So despite their games being huge, Namco didn't publish any console games in the US until 1990. Now I believe much of this had to do with Namco's general dislike of Nintendo, and in particular Nintendo of America's policies. So many Famicom Namco games didn't get US releases, or they were published by other companies.